Online only animatronics. Why are they online only? Are they too dark? Too scary? Are they too bloody? Too gory? Too unique and different to be in store? It ponders the question, how are online animatronics chosen? For me, each year I always look forward to the online only animatronics because they always tend to be a bit more, you could say, than most of the in-store ones. They could be more unique, more specific, more dark in a lot of cases. Sometimes not, but usually they are outside of the box. Just look at Deathstalker from this year. Could you even describe to me what this thing is? A boogeyman? A fish? In my opinion, he is easily one of the most unique and scariest animatronics we have ever gotten from Spirit Halloween. I really don't see why we couldn't see something like this in store. If anything, it would have benefited him for so many people to see this thing in person with the fog on. Like, imagine that. Here we have Cuddles the Clown. More on the goofy side, of course. He's a clown, but vastly different from your standard SVI clown. He is extremely obscure, very specific. A lot of people wouldn't like him as much. He has a very specific target audience, I feel here. Gotta be more of a clown enjoyer specifically to like him. His look alone is very different. The only thing that looks pretty much similar is, of course, Underworld Clown's face. But even then, it's still a lot different execution-wise, and also quality-wise, because this thing can actually last in the wind and not have broken welds in every single place, and his freaking mouth cracks open. Cuddles is a reskin, yes, too, but I feel it's more of his character, his design, and look that's really making him stand out from the vast majority to be an online only. He definitely could have been a bit more popular, I feel, if he was in store as well. Another clown from the same year, Mr. Salty. Now, he is closer to what we would typically see in store. His price is definitely your typical in-store animatronic, definitely not targeting an animatronic in specific here, but his concept and execution is definitely different. Now, I can actually see why they wouldn't put something like this in store. The way he was executed, concept of him, his phrasing, really, yeah, I could see why. Mr. Salty is still one of my favorite SVI clowns, though. He is still very different, and I love his design, his music, Willie, the animation, and overall, just as a clown, he stands out to me. But $350? Which is another point with online-only animatronics. Some online animatronics are absurdly expensive. Demogorgon, $1,000. Okay, well, he is pretty much professional level. He's fully foam latex. By party time, though. That can't be right. There's some other online-only props, too, that were, like, extremely expensive for some reason, and then some were, like, shockingly cheap, like 2 Scoops. 2 Scoops is also another one where I could actually see why it wouldn't be in store. With the kid in the ice cream cone, I could see and understand why now, but also I feel like if we saw this more in store, a lot more darker concept, like this could be more common. 2 Scoops was still immensely popular being online. I mean, if that many people are gonna see it and buy it online, imagine how well it would do in the store. Still more of a reasonable online-only choice. I could definitely see it, but like still. 2 Scoops I also really like as well for that reason, as nowadays you wouldn't see something like this in a store at Spirit. A 2-headed mutant clown torturing a kid in an ice cream clone. I've always loved the clowns with foods or treats. And the overall look too on 2 Scoops, his colors, the way that both heads talk, his shows gas are so good. Very hard plastic. For $220, well, now $240. Well, actually $600. Never mind, actually $900. Okay, this is getting out of hand. He is one of my favorite online onlys of all time. Lastly, here we have is Bloody Bag of Joe. Now, for the past couple of years as well, flashbacks will come back online only. Charlie, Gatekeeper, Flash, yada yada, Joe, Little Nestor, yes. Quite a few flashbacks, especially 2020, 2021, and we're supposedly still having one this year. Hello, are you here? I think bringing back flashback props online is actually a good thing. If it can't be in store, or maybe if they feel it wouldn't be as popular in store, but good enough to come back as a flashback that a good chunk of people would definitely want back, then I think going online only for that is a good choice. Depending on how much of the prop they change or repurpose, though, Joe was upgraded for the most part. Better speaker, although less movement it seems, longer neck. He is still, I feel, one of those obscure flashback props that would definitely benefit more from being online only. So I do like the idea of flashbacks being online. However, it's still a bit hard to grasp sometimes on how Spirit chooses their online onlys. Sometimes they don't make any sense. Sometimes they do make sense. Sometimes it's a flashback. Sometimes it's such a specific thing that I guess you could see the reasoning on maybe it would not be too popular, so they just throw it as an online only. Personally, I feel like the more popular online onlys become, we can see more of the ideas and concepts of them to be in store. It has literally happened 2 years in a row. In 2021, Barry, he was online only. In 2022, he was in store. Last year, The Widow, online only. Maybe they felt that she was a bit too much at the time, but they saw how well she did for being one of the best sellers online only. And now, she's in store. So I really do hope Spirit sees this as more of a want for these type of animatronics. Whether it's online only or in store, at the end of the day, all I want is just good animatronics. But still, online only props are very interesting, and I always look forward to them every single year.